You ever meet someone who's addicted to looking down on people? Like if you handed them a gold plated life raft while they were drowning, they'd still sneer that it wasn't platinum? That's Victoria. And this is how her obsession with status and her habit of stepping on people she thought were beneath her ended up destroying not only her reputation, but her whole family's empire. Now, this isn't my story, this is Anna's story. But I had front row seats for every jaw dropping, champagne spilling, police handcuffing moment. And trust me, I've never seen someone fall from grace quite so spectacularly. Anna Sophia Vega, 32 years old, the kind of person you can drop in a room full of broken code, dead servers, and panicking engineers, and she'll leave with everything running smoother than before. She grew up far from the glass towers of tech global. Her dad? A mechanic who smelled like motor oil and metal shavings. Her mom? A seamstress whose hands were permanently pricked from years of sewing. Money? None. Grit? Endless. Anna earned a full scholarship for systems engineering, graduated with honors, and joined Tech Global as a junior developer. That's where she met Daniel, the man who'd later become her husband. And that's how she stumbled into the world of the Rossi Montero family. Daniel's older sister, Victoria, was married to Eduardo Montero, vice president at Tech Global. The first time Anna met her, she came in smiling, polite, and maybe a little nervous. Victoria's greeting? A programmer. Oh dear, isn't that like being a secretary with computer skills? If Anna had been me, there'd have been wine in Victoria's hair before dessert. But Anna, she just smiled. Daniel jumped in. Vicky, Anna's brilliant. You should see her projects. Victoria waved him off. Anyone can write code. It's not like running the company. From that moment, it was clear Victoria didn't see Anna as family. She saw her as hired help who somehow slipped into the dining room. Years passed, but the dynamic never changed. At dinners, Anna dear, could you serve more wine? That's what a good little servant would do. At holidays, that's a nice dress. I had one like it when I was your age, though mine was silk. And my personal favorite, Eduardo says programmers are replaceable. You should think about something stable like being his assistant. But Anna, she never snapped back. She'd just smile and tell Daniel, time will put everyone in their place. What Victoria didn't know was that Anna was quietly leading a secret project, a revolutionary AI system that could predict market trends with unprecedented accuracy. Her team, handpicked by the CEO himself, and their work completely bypassed Eduardo's division, partly because he had a bad habit of borrowing other people's achievements. For 3 years, Anna worked late nights, skipped weekends, and endured every condescending remark without revealing what she was building. One week before the dinner, Anna gets called into the CEO's office. CEO, Anna, you've exceeded every expectation. Your AI system has already brought in millions in investments. Anna, thank you, sir. CEO, the board's unanimous. You're the new global director of operations. 3 levels above Eduardo. Oh, and then the CEO added casually, we'll be making some changes in the vice presidential team, Eduardo included. Anna left that meeting with a promotion letter in her purse and the quiet satisfaction of knowing that karma had booked its flight. Victoria had been bragging for weeks that Eduardo was about to be promoted to director of operations. She planned her monthly family elite dinner for the same night as the company's annual dinner, convinced she was throwing his victory party. When she called Anna to invite her, she said, I hope you're free, Anna dear. It's going to be a very special night for the family. Anna told me she almost laughed right there. Victoria's mansion glittered with lights. Staff carried trays of champagne past marble columns, and the air smelled of imported roses and ambition. When Anna and Daniel walked in, Victoria didn't waste a second. Service staff used the back door, Anna. Daniel's jaw tightened, but Anna squeezed his hand and smiled. Don't worry, darling. Your sister's never been good at telling the difference between doors and people. Victoria's smile twitched, but she turned to greet another guest. The room filled with family, company executives, and important acquaintances Victoria wanted to impress. Eduardo sat across from Anna, fiddling with his tie like it was trying to strangle him. Halfway through appetizers, Victoria stood with her wine glass. As you all know, tonight is a celebration of a big step for this family. Eduardo, why don't you tell everyone your news? Eduardo hesitated. Maybe we should wait. Nonsense. You're the next director of operations. Right on cue, Anna's phone buzzed. Official announcement. Congratulations, Director Vega. Anna set down her glass. Victoria, you're right. Some people are destined for basic roles. Victoria smirked. Exactly, like writing code all day. Anna smiled back, which is why I'm glad I've moved on from that to running the entire operations division. She pulled the envelope from her clutch and slid it across the table. Global Director of Operations, effective immediately. Silence. Eduardo froze mid-sip. Victoria stammered. This must be a mistake. From the doorway, a voice. No mistake at all. It was the CEO, Santiago Mendez, with two board members behind him. Santiago congratulated Anna, then turned to Eduardo. We need to discuss irregularities in your report, specifically the projects you claimed as your own. Anna opened another folder. Here are the originals, dated and signed. Victoria's eyes narrowed. You planned this. Anna. No, Victoria. You planned a dinner to celebrate a promotion your husband didn't deserve. I just brought dessert. Guests whispered. One executive excused himself so fast he nearly knocked over a waiter. Eduardo looked like he might pass out. The next morning, the office buzzed with rumors. Eduardo's emergency meeting had stretched into an all-day legal inquisition. Around noon, Victoria stormed into Anna's new office, hair frizzed, lipstick smudged. You destroyed my family. Anna, coffee? Or should I have the servant bring you tea? Victoria accused her of envy, of plotting revenge for years. Anna, envy what? The stolen money? The careers you ruined? Or maybe the Cayman Islands account? She slid documents across the desk transfers matching Victoria's shopping trips. Daniel walked in. Legal's ready. Police are downstairs. Victoria paled. We're family. Anna. Exactly. And as family, I have to make sure you face the consequences. It's what a good servant would do. Minutes later, Victoria was in handcuffs. Eduardo, 15 years for corporate fraud. Victoria, 10 years for complicity and laundering. The mansion? Auctioned Anna bought it and turned it into a tech training center for underprivileged youth. At Tech Global, Anna started a recognition program so no one's work could be stolen again. A year later, Anna received a letter from prison. Dear Anna, humility is a hard lesson, especially when you're learning it while mopping floors. I mocked you for being a servant. I see now that service is the highest form of leadership. Anna keeps that letter framed in her office. Whenever people ask Anna how she went from just a programmer to running the company, she smiles and says, I started as a simple programmer, or as my sister-in-law liked to call me, a servant with computer skills. And that's the story of how the servant became the boss and turned a family empire into a cautionary tale.